If you're about to publish a book, chances are you would love it if that book became a bestseller. Now, what most authors don't realize is that best-selling launches are not luck. They are engineered. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 3 phases of the launch. These are the phases that I've taken into consideration with my own and all of my one-on-one clients' books. And I'm going to tell you about the 7 key levers to pull during each of these phases in order to help land that coveted bestseller badge. Now, if you pull all 7 of these levers, you are going to launch knowing that you have done absolutely everything you can to become an Amazon bestseller, instead of leaving it up to the Amazon algorithm gods. Now, before we jump in, here is the one reason that most launches fail. Most self-publishers do not plan a thing until after their book is already live. So let's solve that problem right now. There are 3 phases to any book launch. We've got your pre-launch. This is the period before your launch, and it's when you should be setting your goals, locking in promo dates, gathering your launch team, and preparing for publication. Then comes your launch. So this is the roughly 7 to 14 day window right after your book becomes live. And the goal here is you want to generate reviews, encourage downloads, sales, build your email list, and go for that bestseller badge. And then comes the post-launch. And this is really everything that comes after that initial roughly 14-day window. The goal here is to just keep that momentum going. So let's get started with the pre-launch phase. And number 1 is just to map out your launch window. Set your goals and know what you need to get there. If you've got a goal to become a bestseller, how many sales are you going to need to get there? Do you want to generate 100 reviews? How many people are you going to need to reach out to? Now, we can answer those questions, and we are going to in a couple of minutes. You also want to schedule your key dates. So choose your launch date and then work backwards. So if you want to launch on, say, January 30th, you want to plan to have your art copy to your launch team at least 3 weeks beforehand. And we're going to talk about that in a second as well. Now, if you're someone who has a following, an audience, an email list, and you want to build hype through events, you could try to do a couple of live streams. You could do some podcast interviews, virtual book launches, or even an in-person event the day of the launch. Now, you certainly don't need to go this far if you're launching a simple, low content or medium content book, but let's say you're launching a novel or a longer nonfiction book, then these are things to consider. Now, when you know exactly what your goals are and you've mapped out the plan to get there, you're going to be a lot more likely to reach those goals. Next is you want to build a launch team. So you want to ask people in your network if they would be willing to review an art copy of your book. And that's an advanced reader copy of your book. This is a digital version of your book that you can just send them in an email. You can also ask those same people if they know anyone in their network who might like to receive that free art copy. You can post to social media, you can post in Facebook groups, anywhere else that you think you can find more ARC reviewers, the more the better. Now, something to keep in mind here, roughly only about 30% of people who say they're going to leave a review are actually going to do it. So keep that in mind when considering how many people you're going to ask. So let's do some simple math here. Okay, if only about 30% of your ARC readers are actually going to leave a review, then to get 10 reviews, you're going to need around 35 ARC readers. To get 20 reviews, aim for 70 ARC readers. And if you wanted to get 30 reviews, plan for roughly 100 ARC readers. Now, that sounds like a lot. I know, and it is. And, if you're just starting out, you probably don't have 100 people to ask. That's okay. These are just goals that you can work toward long term. If you can even just get 5 reviews to start off, that's a good place to start. 5 reviews are better than no reviews. Now, you want to make sure you're giving your launch team at least 3 weeks to have a good look at your book, and you want to let them know when your release date is. You can also think about contacting editorial reviewers at this time. If you want a full rundown on that type of review and how to get them, you can watch this video here. But the bottom line is, if you want to become a bestseller, you absolutely must build a launch team. Bestsellers almost never happen without a group of supporters helping you get there. Now, number 3 is to reverse engineer your listing for discoverability. So to do this, you want to choose high search volume, low competition keywords, and low competition categories. A great tool to help you do this is Publisher Rocket. You also want to mock up some really compelling A+ content. A+ content is that from the publisher section on a book listing. This gives you some extra real estate to either showcase some nice imagery from your book, pull out some quotes, highlight some editorial reviews, but it's there to help you make your listing look as compelling as possible. Number 4 is to create a promotion strategy. So how are you going to get the word out there about your book? You can announce your book on social media, of course. Another great way to promote your book is to submit your book to book promotion websites. So when I was publishing fiction under a pen name, anytime I launched a new book, I would launch it at a promotional price, and we'll talk about that in a second, and I would submit that promotion to book promotion websites. So then I would do about 10 of these, and when my book was on promotion, during that launch week, the book promotion sites would be blasting my book to everyone on their email list. And I recommend setting up multiple promotions. There are a ton of these sites, both free and paid, BookBub, Robin Reads, Fussy Librarian, lots more. Best thing to do is just Google book promotion sites, and then you can decide which sites you're going to use. Make sure you're taking note of the lead time. So how far in advance of your book release date do you need to schedule each promotion? And if you're planning on doing multiple of these book promotion sites, I would stagger them several days apart so that you can keep your sales consistent throughout your launch window. Now, another promotional method that I've seen members of my community have success with is pitching micro-influencers. So for example, one of my Low Content Profits Academy students had a coloring book. They reached out to a YouTube channel whose entire channel is just them coloring in coloring books. That YouTuber really liked her book and then promoted that book to their very large YouTube audience, and that helped drive sales for my student. And then lastly, paid ads on Amazon is an option as well. Okay, now it's time to actually launch your book, and you're going to need to employ a very specific strategy. So launch phase, what is that strategy? It is a pricing strategy. So here's what not to do. If you plan to publish your book in multiple formats, like an ebook, paperback, hardcover, audiobook, don't release all of those formats at the same time. So when your Kindle, your paperback, your hardcover, your audiobook, when they all go live together, the sales are going to get split across different ISBNs. And so no single version is going to get enough traction for your bestseller status. So if you're releasing a Kindle version, release that first. Start with a low launch price, so maybe 99 cents, $1.99, $2.99, so that you can drive downloads and reviews using that early bird pricing. Now's a good time, if you have an audience already, you can offer some limited time bonuses like checklists, calls, extra content, whatever, to encourage more sales. Don't be worried about making money at this stage. Instead, in that early launch window, you want to focus on encouraging downloads, getting as many reviews as possible, and reaching that bestseller status. Once you have the bestseller badge, Amazon is going to favor your book in its algorithm. It's going to put it in front of more people who might buy it at the regular price later on. Now is when all of your book promos are going to happen as well, with those decided upon promo sites. Again, you want to stagger those 2 to 3 days apart so you can encourage steady downloads. Now, ideally, once you've hit at least 10 reviews, or again, just as many as you think you can get, it doesn't have to be 10. If you can get more, even better. If you can get less, that's fine too. Then you can release your paperback version and switch your Kindle price to its regular price, which should be a price that's in line with other similar books in your market. Now, number 6 is to follow up. So there's a saying, the fortune is in the follow-up, and it is a saying for a reason. You want to follow up with your launch team. So you are going to likely need to follow up at least twice. Okay, people, they just get busy, they forget. It's not because they don't want to, they really are just busy. You want to email your art team with a review link to your book. So don't just email them and say, please review my book. Here's a link to the page. Use the actual review link. Make it as easy for them as possible. And then again, you're probably going to need to follow up a couple of times. You can also ask a few members of your art team to actually buy a copy of your book so that you can get a verified review. Verified reviews have a little bit more weight than just regular reviews. If you've launched a Kindle version, they can just buy the Kindle version at 99 cents or whatever your introductory price was. Other places to follow up with on social media, if you've been posting there. If you have any comments, any DMs, respond to all of those. You also want to make sure that you've connected your book to your Author Central account. If you have any editorial reviews, you can add them there. Make sure that you've added your A+ content. Update your interior book file with your review link. That's going to make it easier for anyone who reads your book to review your book, especially if they're reading it in a Kindle format. They're just going to be able to touch it with their finger and go straight to the review page. The point here is to keep your initial goals in mind and just keep on following up until you have reached those goals. Now, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the subscribe button. I would love to see you here again next week. Okay, post-launch, this is all about just keeping that momentum going. You want to be planning regular quarterly promos to encourage even more downloads, even more sales, even more reviews. Don't stop asking for reviews. You want to make sure that you actually hit your goals no matter how long it takes. Now, if visibility for yourself or your business is important, you can pitch related podcasts if visibility is a goal of yours. So if your book is tied to some sort of a business on the back end and you want to get your name out there, you're going to be much more likely to land those visibility opportunities if, when you pitch them, you can mention the published book that you have. You can say, hi, I'm author of such and such. I've got, 4 or 5-star reviews. That's going to help you land some of those visibility opportunities. And if this is something that is a priority for you, you can download my free guide, The Visibility Multiplier, which I have linked to down in the description below. This guide contains 75 ways to use a short book to blow up your authority. These are the same strategies that top thought leaders use to land stages, press, and high-ticket clients. Now, finally, you want to continue experimenting with pricing. And you can even try some retargeting ads as well. Now, if you want the fastest way to hit your first 25 to 50 reviews, watch this video next to make sure that you hit your launch goals. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.